talking toys. The momentum has continued, and I will pull up the page now. So, since we're in the theme of sharing screens, I will share my screen so that everyone's on the same page as to what I'm looking at, and we can go down the list and everybody can see what's going on. So, as stated before, the Museum of Play up in Rochester, New York is house and home to some of the greatest toys and games in the world. They are the official holder of the Video Game Hall of Fame. They also have the official Toy Hall of Fame. We've done the Video Game Hall of Fame here on the show before. We've even updated it. They have named their finalists for 2025, but they have yet to cast in their vote for finalists. So when that happens and takes place, we'll come back to the video games. But today, the spotlight belongs to toys. Alex was so gracious enough to put that list together that got us started, got the old brain and noodle moving when it comes to old school toys. Obviously, we're going to be starting at the very, very top here. Now, the Video Game Hall of Fame started in 2015. The Toy Hall of Fame actually began in 1998. They combined their first two classes, 98 and 99, which gives us 17 finalists, 17 Hall of Famers. The very next year, which is 2000, gave us 5, and then it just becomes a very short list after that. So we won't be here long, but let's share our stories. Let's share what's going on in our heads as far as the Hall of Fame. And, of course, we have to start at the very, very top. That is the double class of 98 and 99. The first 17 inductions. Now, before we go through the 17 inductions, I have to just say out loud, this must have been one of the hardest things they've ever had to do in dwindling down who are the best of the best of the best, who are surefire Hall of Fame first ballot toys. This must have been a very, very difficult list, but I'll start us off at the top, and it's going to be one that my wife will not like at all. But the first inductee of the Toy Hall of Fame goes to Barbie. She was number one.
Rightfully so.
What happened?
Mommy spent no time. She just yelled, ew.
Dave, what did you say?
Rightfully so.
Ew.
I would
Rightfully
imagine.
so. I still think to this day it's one of the highest selling toys of all time, is it not?
As we work through this list, we'll see if it deserves its spot. But
yeah,
I can't hate on that for being the first.
You know,
Spoiler alert.
It's
Spoiler alert.
because
the
it's
Toy Army men should have been
because it's not in alphabetical order. I am assuming that these were the. I'm not so sure it's the order. I'm listing off what is listed as the first one. I can't go on the record and say that it was the most votes or whatever the case may be. It just says one Barbie. So that's what I'm going with here.
Betty?
Yes.
Spoiler alert, Army men should have been here.
Spoiler alert, what?
Army men should have been here.
Who knows? It
Okay.
might be later on. Slow in the roll.
So number 2 is the Crayola Crayon. Now,
That's a toy?
exactly. Toy?
Yeah,
is that
I would
how it
say
was?
it's a toy.
Is that how it was
I
introduced
think it's classified
originally?
more as a food item.
It's definitely not
That time, I would say it's a toy.
definitely not a food item. But yeah,
I say coloring supply.
yeah, like a stationery, and it's more like a stationery now. Was it introduced as a toy?
Yeah, it's
don't-
for kids.
I
I
would
don't
be a
recall.
toy.
Something that kids do when they're younger to pass the time with.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
that's why it's on the list. A popular kids.
I tried to
item.
find the Crayola crayon, but all I got was this.
But Crayola is also a toy company.
Yeah, but it says
Ow.
Crayola Crayon though, so it's being.
Well, I
pretty
understand
specific,
that,
yeah.
but it's their product. But
Yeah, it's the
the
product
company
for Crayola.
itself is a toy company, isn't
We're
it?
not talking about the company, David.
Wait, hold on a second. Are we actually? Hold on a second. Crayola
Said Crayola crayon.
Company. History, roots, products. They have crayons, markers, color pencils, paints, along with other creative tools and activity. No, there's no toys here. Crayola.
Damn, I don't know, man. That might.
They're talking about the Crayola. We've actually
I
been
just
to the
searched
Crayola experience. Me and the
Oh,
family.
that's because you use them for creative play.
I just searched it up. It said, yes, while Crayola crayons are primarily art supplies, they also are they are also considered toys due to their playful nature and the way they are often marketed and used.
Oh, okay.
Crayola is even listed. Crayola is even a toy brand. How? It doesn't. There's no toys.
It says the reason it's considered a toy company is because it focuses on creativity and play, and they also have other branded items like Scribble, Scribble Pets, Color Wonder, Light Plays. But those are all recent things.
Wait.
Those weren't out back in our day. Ooh, I said that. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I actually made there's a Crayola cat that you could like scribble on with markers.
I know.
All right.
I know, but that's,
Well,
that's
hold on.
That's recent though.
Back then, though, they didn't have a scribble cat.
Yes, the Crayola crayons were created in 1903, so I can see in 1903 a crayon basically being a toy.
It's going to be looked at as a toy.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
to me, nowadays it is like a stationary thing, but at the same time, even today, I would say it's a toy because they have toys.
Well, I mean,
so
well,
I think it works.
All
They
right.
check out.
well, I mean, today our standards have been lowered.
All right, moving on to number 3, which is number 3 is the Erector set. That makes sense. I like that on here.
I don't know what you're saying.
That was a big deal.
Wait, what did you say?
The Erector set.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, hold on.
Probably if I saw it.
Hold on, I got you, buddy.
Everybody doesn't know what that is.
Erector set. Wasn't that like the
You see it?
pieces you use to build things?
Yeah, right here. I'm showing you. The
Okay.
Erector set, right here. That's the.
I didn't have an Erector set.
No, but I mean, this is an old style.
What's the other? What? No, but what's the OG one? Isn't it like Lincoln Logs or something like that?
No.
Lincoln Logs is its own
How did
company,
they put
David.
Lincoln Logs? That's disrespectful.
David, Lincoln Logs is not the same thing as this. Look at this closely.
Hold on
How
a
does
second.
this Lincoln
Hold
Logs?
on. I'm going to show. Hold on.
Lincoln Logs is like the basic.
This is Lincoln Logs right here.
Yep, it's the evolution.
This
What you
is
call
Lincoln
the
Logs.
evolution. This is the
That's
OG.
not evolution, David. Lincoln Logs is not a Pokemon.
Yeah, it
Who's
evolved.
that Pokemon? Lincoln Logs. Huh?
Hold on. Lincoln Logs invented when? I'm all over the place. 1916
Google.
is Lincoln Logs, and Erector set was made in 1913. We got a biter.
Oh,
Which-
damn.
Which
see?
for the record,
And guess what?
what happened?
Erector sets should have been on the discontinued list. 'Cause
Oh.
They were discontinued in the 1980s due to their declining sales and the rise of plastic toys.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, guess who didn't get discontinued?
That-
Hey, talk your shit, Lincoln Logs.
There you go. Talk your shit. Number 4, Etch-a-Sketch, of course. Come on. Etch-a-Sketch.
That's an OG.
That's
for
a Hall of
sure.
Famer. That's a Hall of Famer. I think that goes without saying. Not too much on that.
My science class used to have an Etch-a-Sketch. Science used to have an Etch-a-Sketch in the cool-down corner before it was taken away.
And that's in
That's-
2024,
that's-
right? Still
The
Etch-a-Sketch.
cool-down corner does no longer exist in my science class, but in second grade there used to be an Etch-a-Sketch in there.
Yeah, a cool down
I tried to make it square.
a cool down corner in schools is for basically when the student is having some sort of like a temper tantrum or some sort of behavioral thing.
problem.
Yeah, and they're giving them an Etch-a-Sketch to calm down. Do you see that? Hall of Famer. Number 5, another surefire Hall of Famer, the Frisbee. I don't think there's any question about that. The Frisbee
I'm just
should be in
confused.
here.
I'm confused.
Why is that?
Why?
The Frisbee.
Bruh, don't hate on don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
That's a children's toy?
That's one of the greatest children's toys of all time. You better have some
Yeah.
respect.
That's a children's toy?
Yes.
What?
Well, Alex, you gotta. The children's age
That's a dog
ranges
toy.
like all the way to technically like 12, I think. So yeah, you would play with a frisbee right now. You're big enough to play with a frisbee.
Alex would not play with
Frisbee is a dog toy.
Okay, let me rephrase it then.
It's a
He
dog
could
toy.
play with a frisbee.
My son is
Whoa.
10 and he codes
Wow.
programming. He's not playing with a frisbee.
Frisbee's a dog, Alex.
Oh, he could
He's
pro-
not from California. And
California.
he doesn't have a beach house, so he's not playing
Okay,
with
all
frisbee.
right. Well, now it is my mission. The next time we go out, I'm bringing a frisbee.
Oh,
Frisbees are freaking awesome, dude.
how about this one? Number 6, the hula hoop.
Okay, actually, I agree now. I was playing with that earlier today.
But you see, that's why it's on this list because you still play with it.
To this
That's
day.
what-
Get
the
that Dante
other one
Wilder.
that got
To this
discontinued.
day. You playing
That's
with
been
the
on this-
you playing with hula hoops today.
Hula hoops are awesome.
Hula hoops are so great. In my PE class, I don't even
I
use
was,
hula
I was
hoops
able,
as a
I
hula
was
hoop.
able to hula. Daddy, mommy, David, you won't know this, but I was able to hula hoop longer than Leah.
Oh, look at that. Tell Leah that she can go
I'm
kick
Mr.
rocks.
O, and that's Mr. O.
All right. Number 7. I think this is a surefire Hall of Famer here. We're talking Lego. Lego's a Hall of Fame toy. There's no debate.
I'm not sure you know what type of Lego this thing's talking
It don't
about.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I
matter.
think it's talking about the old wooden Lego.
No. It's definitely
The
talking
plastic.
about the plastic that came up with the linking system. It's Lego. It's Lego. We're good. It's Lego.
But there's a small chance that they're talking about the wooden.
I'm
the
sure.
Wooden piece.
I'm sure it's not disqualifying it, but I don't think that's the focal point. Number 8, Lincoln Logs. We just talked about it. It's on
There we go.
It's on the
There we
list.
go. All right. Okay. All right.
Daddy, I would like to say a new catchphrase.
Okay.
I am not a Lincoln Log.
We'll put that one on a shirt for you, buddy. Number 9.
Yay.
Number 9, marbles. That's on the list.
Okay,
That's on the list.
that's classic.
Okay.
That's on
Here,
the
here we
list.
go. Fun fact: if you're ever at home bored and want some entertainment, just look up Marble Olympics and enjoy.
Yeah,
It's like multiple hours of
Don't worry. Don't
exactly
worry.
what I said.
Me and my-
The
me-
Marble
Me
Olympics.
and my parents place bets on those Marvel ones on YouTube.
Yep. We do.
Oh, yes.
We
Oh,
are
so you know about them?
Oh yeah, we're all over
Oh,
it.
oh,
Oh, yeah, they're
we know about
fantastic.
them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
Oh
know
my
about
God.
See, the one that you
That's
brought
what
up,
made COVID so fun.
the one that you brought up, Marble League, is like the official one. We've been watching like the knockoff ones, but yeah, these are pretty good too. Marbles are
Yeah.
definitely on the list. Number 10, Monopoly. Now I will.
Well, I mean, wait. I want you to stop and look up how many versions of Monopoly
ton.
exist.
Me and
It's a
Dave,
ridiculous amount.
we just did a whole thing on Monopoly not too long ago with our video game conversation on the what the hell was the Game Changers. That whole playlist, by the way, also on YouTube of us reviewing Game Changers, and they did a whole thing on Monopoly. So we're not gonna beat that one to death. We've already done the Monopoly thing. It's
There's
on
just one
here,
thing.
and that makes it
One
even more of a crime.
One thing I have to say.
Okay, I'm sure you've got more than one, but go ahead.
If you search up how many versions of Monopoly on there, the AI overviewers say there are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of different Monopoly versions of
Absolutely,
existence.
yes.
Whether they are fan made, digital, licensed, there are a bunch of them.
I
I
see.
have the M&M one.
FNAF
She does.
Monopoly, M&M
and the
Monopoly,
Spanish version.
Star Wars Monopoly, Jurassic Park Monopoly, Hobbit Monopoly.
Okay. and
Bob
the-
Ross
and the
Monopoly.
Okay,
Monopoly.
all right.
Bob Ross
Bob
Monopoly
Ross
is
Mono-
crazy.
I-
We have to
Bob
get
Ross
that in
Monopoly,
play.
No, but they even turned it into a card game.
Fortnite Monopoly, longest game ever Monopoly,
Okay,
Meg
pause.
Monopoly,
Next toy.
Godzilla Monopoly.
Oh, Godzilla.
Oh my god.
There's the Bob.
Yeah,
Ross.
mommy, look.
Nintendo Switch
I
Monopoly.
said this. I said Bob Ross Monopoly. Now they're looking it up.
Nintendo Switch Monopoly.
I told you it exists.
It
Bob
does.
Ross
It exists. I need to see that board.
That
What
was
the hell is
amazing.
on there? Number
I need to play it.
11, Play-Doh. That-
Okay.
That's on here.
The infamous salty snack.
What?
Trust
What
me,
did he say?
You know, that mentality is what got all those other toys discontinued. You need to stop eating your toys.
You did not used to eat Play-Doh.
I did when you weren't looking.
It admittance live on the air.
That
He's-
one
he's
time you looked
too-
away with me when I was 3. I ate Play-Doh.
He's too young to be making young confessions.
Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet. You still live here, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, number
Wait,
what's that?
He's trying to be sassy.
Okay.
sassy drink.
Number 12, the Radio Flyer Wagon. Yes, absolutely belongs
What?
on this
What?
list.
The radio. I'm searching it up.
For
Go ahead.
real.
The
I
Radio
don't know.
Flyer Wagon. That's right. It
You
belongs.
have to look it up. It probably shouldn't be on in the Hall of
Never
Fame.
mind.
No, that's you looking it up. I know exactly what it is.
Oh, that?
Never
Sounds
mind.
like a toy.
That's a
same way
toy.
the small carriages are.
That's a toy for sure.
The same way the
You
Fisher
see-
Price carriages are toys.
You
You
see,
took 12 kids in that up to go to the beach.
no.
That's a toy?
You see
That's
a
the
Radio
same way
Flyer
Fisher
wagon.
Price
Hold on.
carriages are-
You see a radio flyer wagon. For years in people's backyards, those were spaceships, airplanes, toboggans. Those were canoes. Those were all-purpose vehicles for kids back in the
I
day.
mentioned suburbs because
Yeah.
I didn't have a backyard and I
No.
couldn't pretend that was anything.
No, and you lived in New York. You probably couldn't afford a radio flyer wagon like myself. Those
Yeah,
things
what,
were not.
what did
Those,
you afford? Let's not go there.
I had a half a Poland Springs big water container on some roller skates, which was the next Hall of Famer, by the way. Roller skates.
I had roller skates.
Everybody has roller. I got roller
Yeah,
skates right
first
now.
roller
So I
skates.
got roller blades.
See,
actually.
now I would argue roller skates being called a toy.
Roller skates and roller skates and radio fly wagons are toys the same way those Fisher Price carriages are toys.
All right, that's fair.
Hold on a second.
I'll give it to you.
Hold on. I want to see what
I
the
don't know
AI
how any
says.
of those
Are
are
roller
toys, but they
skates
could-
toys?
The same way Crayola's a toy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so confused.
It says it's considered a toy vehicle. Coasters, scooters, roller skates, or any other non-motorized device with wheels or rollers upon which a person may ride. It's considered a toy vehicle.
So
Number
what would you call a bicycle?
this one confuses me a little bit. I can understand that it's a toy, but it seems very vague. Also, the teddy bear.
That's a
That's
100% a toy.
No, it's a classic toy. I get it, but like, there's many brands and shades of that. At first, when it said
Actually,
teddy,
Daddy, I can explain this. I
okay,
can explain this. Technically, there's a subcategory of toys, well, it's just plushies. But technically, every plushie is considered a toy.
okay.
But they're more known by their subcategory. But they're more known by the subcategory of toy called plushie.
When I first read Teddy, I thought I was going to say Ruxpin. That's why I got upset. But it's just
Teddy
Teddy.
Ruxpin.
Yeah, Google
What's
kids.
a Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah, start.
Oh, that hurt Daddy's heart.
No, it didn't. I knew he was going to say that. Go ahead. It's a
Oh.
pretty obscure one. Number 15.
Oh my god. Ew. I just searched up Teddy Ruxpin. What is that?
Okay, buddy.
the
Daddy. No, I'm not letting you. Tell me. What is this?
It's a bear. You dunce. You just saw a picture of what it was.
Look at this. Look at this broken Teddy Ruxpin.
Okay, we're moving
Look at
on
these
to the
broken-
next one, which is Tinker
Fine.
Toys. Tinker
What?
Toys. Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys.
Yes.
Oh, that's another classic.
Another one in the Hall of Fame books.
I
Definitely
don't
got
know
to
what
put
those
this.
are.
I'm gonna here, right
Let me
here.
look.
This is Tinker
Oh,
Toys
that.
right here.
That looks like it would be old.
Oh, come on,
I
this is.
remember Tinker Toys.
Yeah, of course you do.
Tinker
Come on.
Toys, out of all those builder ones, are the ones that I remember playing with the most.
They're probably the
Excuse
most
me,
recent.
Lincoln Logs
Yes.
exist?
It's the evolutionary form of Lincoln Logs. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
the
is. Lincoln
actual
Log is the
evolution.
godfather.
But still, Lincoln Logs are not Pokemon, David. Get with the program.
All right. Well, another Hall of Famer here, the Viewmaster.
What?
The what?
The Viewmaster?
Oh, the thing you put in front of your eyes and
Oh, yeah.
There it is, the Viewmaster.
That's where I
Oh.
found my love
Are
for
you
the
talking
mountains.
about? Wait, are you talking about the high quality
Wait,
versions? The
wait,
ones that are
wait,
actually
wait,
good,
wait,
not
wait,
the
wait,
small
wait,
ones
wait.
that serve that purpose?
Wait, Dave, your love of what now?
Wait,
Your
what
love
did you
of
say?
what?
The mountains.
What the first? You know, the first one I ever saw was clips of San Francisco's Alcatraz. I'm like, why are you
Yeah,
showing
like
me
I
jail?
remember using that and seeing like scenery.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like cartoon ones, but
Daddy?
I just remember seeing like the scenic ones.
There you go.
I saw African animals.
you
Elephant, giraffe, lion.
There's just one problem I have with the Viewmaster,
Uh huh.
which is the cheap ones that they give in parties. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
small,
yeah. Those
the
are whack.
small, like if you search up small camera toy, like you'll get this, and it's basically just a Viewmaster except cheaper. Like search it up, Daddy. Search up small camera toy.
I will
Oh,
do that
I-
as soon as this show is over. We're going to the
Put
last.
it on Steam.
This is the last.
that-
This is the last toy of the first class. It's the Duncan Yo-Yo.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
no.
the one.
This is the one right here. This is the
That's
Duncan
the
Yo-Yo.
one.
This is a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about it
For
at all
sure.
whatsoever. Surefire.
For sure.
Surefire Hall of
100%.
Famer. This takes
I
us.
remember yo-yo.
One thing.
Uh huh.
Alex could never have a yo-yo. He always broke it the first day.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
because I had the cheap ones, mommy.
That's
I had the
true.
cheap
get
ones.
this man a
That's
Duncan, and you'll see the
You get a
creativity.
Dunkin'.